Lilith has just announced Gamgachan and David the Fourth for release in Rise of Kingdoms as the new Cavalry commanders. We're going to go over Gamgachan and David, about their skills and what I think about them, especially Gamgachan compared to Achilles. With him, he is a cavalry, versatility, and combo commander. His active skill is going to be a single target damage, is going to launch 2 combo attacks against the troop, damage factor of 1400. For the next 5 seconds, commander troop gains the Star Blessed effect, where they gain 5% health, defense, and increase the healing from the Starlight skill by 100%. Right off the bat, I do not love this. I did feel like this commander was going to be single target or 3 target. Having a single target combo commander right now isn't great. If you've been wanting to start running 2 combo, this makes it a little bit harder to do it, because do you want to swap everything over or Delta now? And now you bench your Huo when they're both single target and they both have some kind of aspect of healing to them. If this commander was a 3 target, I'd be swapping over right now. This doesn't give me much confidence. Second skill is Gamamusa. This commander's target takes 10% less damage while on the map. Cavalry units and their troop gain 20% march speed, 30% defense. 10% less damage on the map is great. I will always take less damage. That's going to give this a little bit of a stronger presence on the field, especially with the healing. The march speed I don't love. I do think Cav are already fast enough. I don't believe that they need more march speed. It does affect them a little bit more, makes it a little bit harder to micromanage when you're in that ball, especially when you're running 6 or 7 marches. 30% defense, I will always take. That's a great thing to have in there. Starlight's the third skill. If this commander's in a field troop, their troop deals 15% more normal damage. So that's going to boost their combo. Now this troop deals combo attack damage. It recovers a large portion of its slightly wounded units. 10% of the combo attack damage dealt. Units healed by the skill cannot be healed by it again, cannot be severely wounded until they return to the city. It does remind me of Serjar still. It's not going to become a hospital march because they can only be slightly wounded. It's still healing troops, and it's 10% of the combo attack damage dealt while you're only a single target damage. Again, if this was 3 targets, I think it'd be good. Gives you a little bit more survivability on the field, especially with that 10% less damage. And that 15% normal damage is huge, especially if you're running him with Achilles. 4 skills open the floodgates. When this commander troop deals combo attack damage to a field troop, it has a 30% chance to reduce the target's defense by 40% for 5 seconds. Effect can trigger up to 3 times in a single second. So remember, combo, it's dealing 2 attacks at 1400. So you have 2 chances with this one for reducing the target's defense for 40%. I do believe that you're then able to use your primary or your secondary, and you'll be able to trigger it again there if they are combo. So this isn't going to affect rallied or garrison troops. So this is going to only be field troops. And then if you expertise him, it's going to increase that combo attack damage from 1400 to 1500. Cavalry health is going to go from 10%. Cavalry defense is also going to go to 10%. And then it increases the Starlight skill to 150% for the healing. For Gamgachan, I don't know if he's going to be an instant max commander at this point. I believe that using the heads for this commander could be a mistake, with it being single target and healing. I think you could stick with Huo, pair him with Arthur, and do Achilles Philip, or you could do Attila Achilles. There's many other options you can do that people probably already have that don't involve putting 700 heads into someone. Especially with infantry being released in not too short after this. Now I'm going to talk about David the Fourth. He's going to be a cavalry, garrison, and combo commander. We are getting our first combo damage garrison. He's going to launch 2 combo attacks up to 3 enemy troops in a fan. 1400 damage factor. Every single target after that first one's going to reduce it by 15%. He does cleanse, slow, poison, exhaustion, or other normal debuffs from this commander's troop. But if there's multiple stacks, it only cleanses 1. I really don't know if these debuffs are going to be huge for the effects, but normal debuffs are going to be huge. If you get something that's going to reduce health, defense, even attack, that's huge to get rid of that debuff. Even if it's 1 out of 3, if it's a 40%, that's still a huge amount of negation. Second skill is going to be Valiant Manaspa. Commander's cavalry units gain 35% defense. If they're serving as a garrison commander, their garrison takes 10% less skill damage. So you're getting more defense, and you're a little bit stronger when you're getting rallied by archers. Infantry's going to counter this. I don't understand the skill damage part. I think they should have kept it as normal damage or smite damage. If I'm seeing this on the field, or on a pass, or in a flag, I'm rallying it with Inf. I wouldn't even touch it with an archer march. Third skill, Basilius of the East. If this commander is serving as a garrison commander, it deals 10% more combo attack damage. Whenever the garrison launches a basic attack, it deals combo attack damage to up to 3 nearby enemy troops. Damage factor of 200. Each additional target reduces damage to each target by 15%. I do like that. That is very good for a garrison to have a little bit of instant proc damage with a basic attack. I think that's a great thing to have. I could see this being used more so on a pass where you have limited amount of people who can hit it. With it being a 3-target fan with the active and this being 3 targets, a flag could be difficult, but it could still work. Your 4th skill, whenever this commander troop uses an active skill while attacking a troop on the field, target takes 40% more combo attack damage for the next 3 seconds. That's great. They're going to take 3 seconds of basic attack and that active skill. That's huge. Expertise is Restorer of the Kingdom. If this commander is serving as a garrison commander, garrison takes 10% less damage. If its target has less than 50% units remaining, garrison deals 5% more damage. Okay, so I take back what I said before about it just being rallied by infantry. This is going to, of course, have to be expertised. 10% less damage is great. It's boosting damage on yourself. It has instant proc with basic attacks. I do think this garrison has a place in the meta. Now, what you pair with him, that's a bigger story. With David IV, I think you could pair him with Attila. He does work in the garrison world. Even someone like Eleanor might work with them. Of course, Hera will do fine. It is boosting normal damage. And then in artifacts, Gorgo could work very well with this commander if you are using Arch. I think if you are using this with Gorgo or anyone in the Pincer family, whoever's coming out soon, I think Arch is going to be the way to go for it. Overall, I do think that these commanders are going to have a place. I am more excited about David IV though. I think he's going to have a bigger role in the game as a combo commander, just because of how strong some of these buffs are to himself and being able to take universal less damage. That's going to be great. Ganganchan, I don't think he's going to be great. Again, I think you could invest in him if you really want to have 2 combo marches, but who is going to still be there? If you were going to run 2 combo marches, I do think Ganganchan would have to be paired with Achilles, and then you would have to do Arthur with Philip or Arthur with William. That really does negate a lot of the things that are happening, because we were really hoping for 2 good marches, and I don't think we got that. I think we have 1 okay and 1 good. Arthur Philip works, but another damaged commander behind him would work even better. Please let me know what you guys think of these commanders. I am excited to see what everyone else thinks about them. If you agree with me, please let me know. If you disagree, please tell me what you think. I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.